Hi everyone, we're Pablo and Anna from Happy Boots. In this video, we begin a new series exploring Slovenia. A country of charming towns, medieval castles, and spectacular caves. A place where some landscapes feel almost unreal. Along the way, we'll discover its vibrant capital. We'll visit historic villages and beautiful places like Lake Bled, with its tiny island church in the middle. Our journey begins in its capital, Ljubljana. So lace up your boots and let's get started. Today we're in Ljubljana, one of the smallest capitals in Europe. It has just over 290,000 people and sits in the heart of Slovenia. The year has just begun. The festive lights are still on, and the city hasn't quite let go of the holidays yet. It's winter and there's a light chill in the air. We head toward one of the places that quietly defines the city. In the center of Ljubljana, the triple bridge crosses the Ljubljanica River. 3 pedestrian bridges that together form one of the city's most iconic and busy landmarks, linking the historic center to the main square. The central bridge dates back to the 19th century. In the 1930s, architect Jože Plečnik added 2 side walkways, turning it into a lively and spacious spot designed for people to walk and meet. Today, it almost feels like a small square over the river. The city originally formed between 2 very clear elements, the river and the hill where Ljubljana Castle rises. During the Middle Ages, Ljubljana grew along the banks of the Ljubljanica River, connecting new neighborhoods with bridges and small squares. At the beginning of the 20th century, the city went through a major transformation under the vision of architect Jože Plečnik, who designed Ljubljana to be comfortable for people. He prioritized walking routes and spaces that invite you to pause, sit and meet. His interventions blended the existing architecture with nature and public spaces. This project, known as Plečnik's Ljubljana, was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2021. At one end of the triple bridge, the city opens into Prešeren Square, where several main streets meet. The statue of Franz Prešeren, Slovenia's most important poet, stands here. A figure rises above him, often seen as a symbol of poetry. The pink facade of the Franciscan Church of the Annunciation stands out across the square, one of the city's most recognizable landmarks. Its current color was added in the 19th century, while the church itself dates back to the 17th century. We continue our walk through the narrow streets and passages of the historic center. Much of the old town is car-free, which makes it easy to move through the streets and along the river on foot or by bike. Christmas lights glow softly over the facades and shop windows. The Robba fountain, one of the city's most important Baroque monuments, stands in the old town. 3 figures hold water jugs, said to represent the main rivers of the historic region of Carniola, the Sava, the Krka, and the Ljubljanica. What we see today is a replica. The original, created in the 18th century by Italian sculptor Francesco Robba, is preserved in the National Gallery of Slovenia. A little further on, we come across the Ljubljana Cathedral. Dedicated to Saint Nicholas, It is one of the most iconic buildings in the old town. Built on the site of a medieval church, its current structure and appearance date from the first half of the 18th century. Its facade, in shades of white and cream, is adorned with statues of saints and topped by a green dome and two tall twin towers, a landmark visible from many points across the city. The name Ljubljana likely comes from the river itself and is linked to the Slovenian word Ljubljana, meaning beloved. The city's name is often understood that way. In the 1920s, the riverbanks were reshaped under the vision of architect Jože Plečnik. What began as a project for water control and flood protection also gave the city a new relationship with the river. Terraces, green walkways and staircases now connect the streets to the water. Today, small boats move along the river, offering a different way to see the city. In the heart of the city, we find the Central Market, another of Plečnik's interventions. It is a series of arcades and pavilions that run along the edge of the river. Designed as an extension of the riverfront, it combines market stalls, covered walkways and open space into one of the liveliest parts of the old town. As we arrive at Prešeren Square, we find the market at its most open and lively. On certain days of the week, the square fills with stalls selling honey, cheese, vegetables, and other local products from the surrounding countryside. A couple of interesting things stand side by side here. Next to the market stall stands the old public scale, once used by customers to weigh vegetables and other products to make sure they paid the right amount. Mlekomat are raw milk vending machines that can be found in different parts of Ljubljana, as well as elsewhere in Slovenia. People can bring their own container and fill it with milk from local farms. Here we can find Valentin Vodnik, a Slovenian poet, priest and journalist. Unveiled in 1889, it was the first public monument dedicated to a Slovenian figure in the city. Very close by is the famous Dragon Bridge. Guarded by 4 dragon statues that have become a symbol of Ljubljana. Built in 1900 in the Art Nouveau style. It was one of the largest reinforced concrete bridges in Europe at that time. The original design included statues of winged lions, but they were ultimately replaced by the now famous dragons, recalling one of the city's best-known legends. According to legend, the Greek hero Jason and the Argonauts reached the Ljubljanica River during their journey home after stealing the Golden Fleece. In the marshes near the river, Jason confronted a dragon that lived there and defeated it, giving rise to one of the founding legends of Ljubljana. As evening falls, the center of Ljubljana changes its rhythm. The lights reflect on the river and the squares fill with people. During winter, the streets of the old town transform. The Christmas market brings a festive atmosphere. Stalls offer seasonal dishes and hot drinks. The warm aromas and animated atmosphere make it a perfect ending to a day exploring Ljubljana. Let's raise a glass to the quiet moments that make a journey stay with us. In the next episode, we'll explore Ljubljana Castle. along with other places that reveal a different side of the city. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Thank you for joining us on this journey. See you in the next one. Bye bye.